I can't believe how different my world is in the last 8 months, 6 months. I just an email this morning from Mark Levin, who said, and I can hear him. When I read his text or his messages, I can hear him saying it. And he's like, "Look at what these guys are doing." And he sent me a link to Commentary Magazine. And let me just first give you what he sent to me, because it is really, it's just bad. Senator Cruz, I hate these. No, thanks. I don't want the special. No.
Oh, you could get a special offer, though.
I don't want it. I don't want to download. No. How many times do I have to push no? No. Well, I can't get it now from Commentary Magazine, because Commentary Magazine wants me to buy their crappy magazine online, which I'm not going to do.
Yeah, but it's a special offer right now. If you act right now, you can get it cheaper.
Not going to do it.
You could probably read what Mark said, and then we'd know what you were talking about and what he was talking about.
Senator Ted Cruz is tired of talking about the government shutdown. I understand that there are a lot of folks in the media who love to talk about the shutdown that happened 4 months ago, he told reporters. But what we ought to be talking about is the fact that we have the lowest labor force participating in 30 years since 1978, that Obamacare has taken away more than 5 million people's health care insurance plans, that they are hurting, that income inequality is increased under Obama's agenda, and there is an abuse of power and lawlessness. So I think we ought to be talking about that. Efforts to distract from that conversation, I think, are deliberate efforts of smoke and mirrors distracting from the questions coming from the American people. Oh, now why, says Commentary Magazine, why, oh, why would Senator Cruz want to stop talking about the government shutdown? After all, before it occurred, he insisted it wouldn't be such a bad thing. And since it's occurred, he claimed it was a wonderful success. I think we accomplished a great deal, according to Cruz. Of course it did. Don't forget that during the lead up to the showdown, Mr. Cruz insisted that those who didn't agree with his tactics were part of the surrender caucus, and that the colleagues that argued that if you don't follow their tactic were de facto supporter of Obamacare. Of course, it's clear to every sentient human being that Cruz and company's gambit went badly, and it badly backfired. It achieved nothing useful. It deflected attention away from the awful rollout of the Obamacare website, and it damaged the reputation of the GOP. The public, in overwhelming numbers, don't like government shutdowns, and by overwhelming numbers, voters blamed Republicans for it. So here's my recommendation. Unless and until Senator Cruz admits his errors of his ways, unless he's willing to concede how flawed his judgment was, and explains to us what he's learned since then, the press should keep asking the junior senator from Texas about the shutdown again and again and again. If Ted Cruz thinks it's a terrific idea, let him claim ownership of it at every conceivable opportunity. Now, this is coming from Commentary Magazine, but more importantly, who wrote it? Peter Werner. Pete is the magic dragon from the Bush administration. So this is one of our guys. It's one of our guys, supposedly one of our guys. He's part of the Progressive Justice League. So I tweeted Mark this morning, and I said, he tweets me. He says, "We have got to stop. We've got to rat these people out." And I tweeted and I said, "That's why I started the Blaze, because somebody's got to stand against people like Commentary Magazine and all these progressive Republicans, and we've got to stand up and say, hey, this isn't right." And I started the Blaze, and I said, and we based it on libertarian principles: small government, maximum freedom, maximum responsibility. So Mark just writes again. And he says, Glenn, this is what he put on Facebook. "Time to take on the Bushies and all the other Herbert Hoover Republicans who are trying to sabotage potential conservative presidential candidates." Now tell me I couldn't have written this. Listen to this. Bush 43 staffers like Pete Werner, Michael Gerson, and Karl Rove, whose bosses spent like a liberal Democrat, massively grew the federal government. He paved the way for Obama's election, and they seek to sabotage conservatives like Ted Cruz. It's time to take on these Herbert Hoover Republicans and expose their disastrous policies and feckless arguments before they destroy what's left of the GOP and cost us another presidential election. They are every bit the reason, as much as Obama and that the Tea Party movement came to be. And their perversion of conservatism and the embrace of statism will doom the country. So I read that, and I immediately went online and I tweeted his Facebook post. And I wrote, why do I even bother going to work? Mark Levin is on it. He is right. United we stand, divided no longer. And then I just want to read you the note that I wrote to Mark. Mark, I don't have the time to listen to other shows, and I'm sure you're the same. But I want you to know, had I listened to your shows and really listened to what you were saying, I would have been on your bandwagon a lot sooner. We are on exactly the same page, it seems. The difference between us, however, is important. I'm working to affect culture, and I think I have a few answers. And you're working to affect political change, and I know you have the answers now. I have prayed for a long time. Lord, I don't know what to do politically. I don't know how to help people politically. I don't like politics. I never did, and I can't predict politicians or D.C. what they should or would do. Help, Lord, I have no answers. He knew apparently that I didn't need them. I have my answers in my path, and we have you. Thanks for being open-minded enough to talk with me and try to repair the stupid road that we have been traveling. Because I think all of us, united, will make the impact progressives have feared and that patriots have prayed for. I have to tell you, I am grateful to this audience. I am grateful to you. Because there was a feud, a stupid feud, and the three of us, Sean and Mark and I, have talked about it, and we know where it came from, and we know who was feeding us lies about each other. And this individual just expected that we would, if they fed us enough lies about each other, we would never talk to each other. And that way he would be able to divide us and keep the Tea Party movement at bay and control it as much as he could or destroy it. And we were foolish, and all of us have said to each other, we still haven't been in the same room together, all three of us yet, but we will shortly, hopefully. But the three of us have said to each other, man, how stupid were we? How did we not see that one? And we were, there was a stupid feud that went on, and I tried not to say anything about it, but, we're all flawed, and we just, anyway, wanted to be together, but you, the whole time, this audience, I'd see you I'd get emails, I'd get tweets, I'd get people in book lines, and they would say to me, you and Sean and Mark, you've got to get together. Why aren't you guys together? Why aren't you getting together with Mark Levin? Why are you? And I would always just say, I don't know, and, but to each his own and whatever. And I would just dismiss it because I never thought that would ever happen. And Chris Balfe, who runs my company, and Stu, I think, had a role in this, said, you know what, put it aside. And I really wanted to put it aside myself. I've been wanting to for a while, but I mean, it was hard to swallow the past and everything else. And I was lucky enough to be surrounded by really good people. And so we reached out over the summer, and both of them immediately reached back. I mean, I think all three of us wanted this nonsense to end. And we were just looking for an excuse, and none of us wanted to do it. And so when one of us did, the other two reached back immediately and were like, okay, let's talk. And now we have, and I'm telling you that I really truly believe. Would you do me a favor? Not because there's any feud or anything else, but Rush is just the king of the universe. And he certainly doesn't need Glenn Beck, or Sean Hannity, or, he doesn't need us. Believe me, if Rush Limbaugh was hit by a truck today, our careers most likely would be over, if not greatly suffer. So he doesn't need us, but we certainly need him. And if you would just pray that there is a way to connect, and there's no negative on Rush by any stretch of the imagination from any of us. And this is me, not Sean and Mark. So if Rush, this is me blabbing and saying things that I know that Stu is rolling his eyes at right now, going, dear God, what is he doing?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. But pray that Rush is tricked into thinking that he needs us or something. I don't know what it would take. But something happens to where he wakes up and he's like, you know what? Maybe I should spend some time with those guys. Because we are at the end. If talk radio begins to move together and we all understand, I can't do what Sean Hannity does. and he can't do what I can do. Same with Mark. I mean, I mean that. How many times, guys, have we said, I don't know what to do politically? I don't know. I don't have the answers. And that's not me.
Yeah, everyone plays a different role. That's okay.
Everybody plays a different role. And each of us have an important piece. And Sean, being as gracious as he is, said to me, I don't know, right before Christmas, he said, I still don't know what my piece is that I bring to the table. I see yours, I see Mark's, but I don't know mine. And I just looked at him and I said, really? Come on. And he was humble and genuine about it. And then he comes out after Christmas and he comes out with, his ask, which I have not heard. This is not a Republican thing at all. I have not heard anybody come out and say, hey, listen, we need ideas. We need the things that are going to unite us and put us together. And for Sean to begin to move in this direction and say, let's come up with what are the 5 things. I mean, Stu, didn't I say back in August I wanted to come up with five things, 5 just groundbreaking things that we could do? And I've tried to write it and tried to write it and tried to write it, and it wouldn't happen. I just couldn't get it done. Why? Because that's Sean's piece. That's what Sean's supposed to be doing. And I just think that together, I mean, I hate to go to a Saturday morning cartoon, but Wonder Twin powers activate. And when we do, look out progressives and look out the GOP.
Now, when you did activate as a Wonder Twin, why did you choose shape of overweight pasty guy? What was the reasoning?
The only one left. It was the only one left.
Okay. All right.
Everything else has been chosen.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, shape of overweight pasty guy.
It worked.
It worked right here. Okay, everybody, we're going to sit down and have some cupcakes. Somebody needs to say cupcake time. That's me.
That's a good point.
That's me. That's my role.
That's your role.
That's my role.
Your role in all of this is to bring the cupcakes and eat them before anyone else can have any.
Look, Rush, you're not going to be in the kitchen making cupcakes. Let me do that for you.
And you make some serious baked goods that we have covered that.
I'm seriously. And I am not. It is not beneath me to make him cookies, hot chocolate, cupcakes. I mean, I'll work in the basement of his kitchen any day of the week. That's what it takes. So I just wanted to share that with you because I think this is really exciting. I feel like there's a new era. And the reason why I'm excited about this is, how I feel about the Republicans, and these guys feel the same way. We are really a greatly blessed people. It's not just the 3 of us. This is happening in your life. And we have to accept the Democrats when they come as well, because they will. You have to accept the people who might have been very partisan or I was very George Bush. We have to accept those people as they wake up and say, I'm awake now. It's like Mark and Sean have, I'm awake. And I've said to them, I'm sorry for anything that I have done in the past, please. And I'm awake. And they've accepted. Glenn's awake. Good. Let's go. And so we can all just get together and move forward. And that's what's going to happen. It's going to happen with the Republicans. It's going to happen with the Democrats. Probably not the parties, but it will happen with your friends and neighbors who are like, you know what? I was on the bandwagon. My gosh. Did you guys know they were lying to us? Yeah. Try not to rub their nose in the face, because that's what's happened to us. Every time we wake up, when we wake up, we will always get some purist who will say, yeah, and you were part of the problem, and let me rub your nose in that for a long, long time. That's not helpful. I'm awake. Embrace me. Help me. I want to learn. I want to find out, because I've been in the dark. My eyes have been closed. Good. Something big is happening. Something good is really happening. And, unless you're a progressive, then I don't think you're going to like this. Got good news for you.